So there we see confirmation of the nations: Spain, Ireland, Czechia, Belgium, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, and on the outside, the Netherlands. So it's man, woman, man, woman. That is now the official order. It's written in stone in the rule book. Can't change it. The start of the mixed relay, when it came onto the championship programme a few years ago, you could sort of opt whichever way you wanted to do it, but not now. There we go. There's Femke Bol. This may well be her only outing of the championship. She's been fairly conservative in her choices. There's Alistair Chalmers, Joshua Folds, Emily Newnham and Lena Nielsen. Nielsen setting a British 300-metre indoor record recently. And the British, of course, great tradition in relays, as are the Belgians. Julian Wateren, well, the Belgian 400 metres record holder. And there's the Czech quartet: Jasinski, Perkova, Salvini and Perkalova. Well, the Irish, of course, the reigning European champions outdoors. Charlene Maudsley, what a great last leg she ran in Rome last summer. So it's Biharo, Fra, Urta and Avilés.
And Phil, this is history being made. The first ever major international championship mixed 4x400 metres relay indoors.
Absolutely. I don't think it's on the schedule for Nanjing. I know you're going off to Nanjing, aren't you? No, but it is coming up to the world schedule in 2026.
But yes, this is the only indoor championship mixed 4x4 for the season.
So from the inside, Spain with Guerrero leading off. Ireland, Kelly, Czechia, Jasinski, Belgium with Julian Wateren. They're putting their strongest runner arguably on the first leg. Alistair Chalmers, another hurdler, on leg 1 for Great Britain, Northern Ireland. Schmidt of the Netherlands in lane 6.
Set.
Well, each leg 2 laps of this Omnisport Apeldoorn arena. At the moment, well, Kelly of Ireland running very well at this stage. He's up on the shoulder of his Czech rival. Also running well, Wateren as well, coming around the second bend on this first lap. Wateren now as they break for the inside. It's Wateren, the very fast 48-second 400-metre hurdler. But on his shoulder, Schmidt of the Netherlands, and Schmidt is getting roared around this track as they come up with 50 metres to go. Schmidt's dodged around Wateren, and it's going to be the Dutch that hand over. So Schmidt's going to hand over to Emma Salberg.
And Phil, that was fabulous finishing from Schmidt there. You know, he stayed strong, and he and the Belgian squad got 2 or 3 metres on the pack.
Emily Newnham now running extremely well in third place for Britain. She's made up a lot of ground on the 2 women in front of her. This is going to be extremely competitive for the medals. Also bringing Spain up into contention, Carmen Avilés as well. It's neck and neck though between the Netherlands and Belgium. Now Salberg, she's just edged out. She sort of blocks the way forward for Vervet. And it's going to be Salberg in front, coming around once again. Tony van Diepen waiting for Salberg to hand over the baton, but she's starting to tire, and it's the Belgian Vervet and also Emily Newnham. Frankly, that was a great leg from Newnham as she hands over. It's 3 abreast.
Phil, Salberg there was holding the rest of them at bay, and it slowed and enabled the teams in 3, 4 and 5 to close up, and that means it's tighter now halfway round this third leg than it would otherwise have been. Belgium leading then. from Great Britain, and the Netherlands in third. Femke Bol, their secret weapon on the final leg for the Netherlands. If they can just stay within 3 or 4 metres of the front end, Bol will have a fabulous chance of getting that gold that is so desperately wanted at the end of this first evening session here.
So it's Belgium in front at the moment, having a great run. Just behind him in second place, it's Joshua Folds, but it's Belgium who's going to hand over in front to Ponnet. But look at what's happening. Femke Bol having to work her way out to the inside. She's being blocked by Ponnet. She's just drifting back at the moment. But Femke Bol, sub 50-second runner indoors, let alone outdoors, is just biding her time. She's just looking so relaxed. Ponnet having to work very hard, and just behind her we've got the Finnish runners from Great Britain and Northern Ireland and Spain. So it's a four-way battle for the 3 medals at the moment, but it's Belgium leading the Netherlands. Now Femke Bol just looking so comfortable, so relaxed. She's up on the shoulder, 100 metres to go, and she just glides past her Belgian rival. Bol is heading for home, and it's looking as though she's heading into the record books as well, and by some margin, 2 or 3 seconds inside the championship record. Oh, and as I say that, she just missed it. I think Bol just eased up a little bit over the final 50 metres, and it just means that there's not going to be a championship record ratified, but nevertheless, gold, the very first gold of these championships, goes to the host nation, the Netherlands.
Well, surprise, surprise. I think Femke Bol could have taken over 10 metres down and probably won that, but she was in touch. Her 3 teammates did a fantastic job. Schmidt, Salberg and Van Diepen to keep them right in there, the interest right up there, and then she was able to do that one, frankly, on 3 motors out of 4. It was very comfortable indeed. Brilliant running by the Belgian last leg runner, Ponnet. I thought she might be caught by Lavia Nielsen, but she was given a lot to do with a poor last changeover for Great Britain there between legs 3 and 4. But Nielsen did a great job to hold on and come through for that bronze medal. So brilliant bronze for Britain. Fabulous silver for the Belgians. And the Dutch, what a way to wrap up our first day.
Oh, indeed, and as you say, Femke Bol, what a terrific run from her. Salberg there, as we look back to the second leg, just tripping up over the heels of Verwait. But I think a lot of credit also, and I'm sure they're generous enough, goes to Tony Van Diepen. He's been drafted in at the last minute, better known as an 800-metre runner. He's a 1:44 800-metre runner. He's going to be quick over 400, but thrown in at this level is a bit different.
Just watching that British changeover, the baton was missed there between Folds and Nielsen. Chalmers and Newnham and Folds all ran up brilliant legs. Lavia Nielsen couldn't get that baton in her hand. It cost Britain a couple of metres there probably. That's why they took over in 4th place, but Lavia Nielsen fabulous on that final leg stay to the Spanish last leg runner Fla to take the bronze. Who wants to be 4th?
Well, that doesn't happen to the woman who's just gone across the line there in your picture, Femke Bol. She's been first so often, and especially as the anchor leg runner for Dutch relays, whether it's women's 4x4 or mixed gender relays, she's usually bringing the Dutch home in front. And I don't think Femke Bol really hit top gear there. Well, she looked so comfortable, didn't she?
Super comfortable. I was watching her on the first leg, on the first lap of her 2, down the back straight, and she glides. She hardly uses her arms, and the athletes around her are really working hard, mechanically getting it right. Beautiful movers, but they're working hard. She looks like she's moving at about 70% effort.
There was a moment for me when Bol really fought for that second position at the handover. I think there was a bit of a fight there, just make sure I get myself in second position. I don't want to be where Nielsen was in 4th. I don't want to be with Fra. She had to give way to Ponnet for the lead for the Belgians. But you're right, Tim. I think once Bol had that second position, she then just relaxed and she moved herself up ever so gradually. I felt like maybe she even held Nielsen back a bit. I think if Nielsen was going to get the Brits back past the Belgium, she needed to have been on the shoulder of Ponnet with 100 metres to go, and she couldn't because Bol was in between, sort of controlling her pace and kind of controlling the race. But yeah, it was masterful from Bol, and I would love to see her in the women's 4x4 on Sunday night, and I'd love to see the split from today, because she's clearly wintering fine, but there'll be a reason why she wants to just keep the competition really light this indoor season.
Well, that does indeed conclude the action. A medal ceremony is scheduled to come up before the end of the evening. Guess for which race?
I've done a bit of arithmetic as well. I'm looking at the times of the earlier splits and the finishing time, and I think that was a sub-50 run from Femke Bol.
I'm sure it was. Yeah, it's just she makes it look easy.
Just outside, maybe. Just very slightly outside a 50-second run. But there's confirmation of the results. What you saw with your very own eyes. Netherlands 3:15.63. It is a championship record, but it's not going to get ratified as the inaugural European record. Belgium and Great Britain, Northern Ireland taking silver and bronze after that thrilling finale to day one here in the Omnisport Apeldoorn Arena.
Now, with wonderful scripting, the very last event of these 4 days of competition, and it's the women's 4x400 metres. We've just seen the Great Britain quartet of Lena Nielsen, Kelly, Newnham and Anning. The Netherlands, Lieke Klaver, Franke, Caroline Peters and Femke Bol. France, Seri, Maraval, Seri and Rossier. Spain, the 400-metre bronze medalist, Paula Sevilla starts things off. Santidrian, Fra and Ervas. Big support for Spain as well. Lead-off leg for Czechia will be the 400-metre finalist. Lara Vondrova, Jicheva, Kratsilikova and Manuel will take over for them. And Ireland, well, they've had a wonderful day with gold for Sarah Healy, the first ever female gold medal in the history of these championships. I'm just wondering whether Ireland can get on the podium as well. They've got a quartet of McCann, Cadden, Crosson and Manning. But all eyes are on what the Netherlands can do. This woman brought the house down 24 hours ago with that win in the 400 metres. Lieke Klaver will be leading off the Netherlands quartet, and they are the odds-on favourites with Femke Bol on the anchor leg. Looks very evenly matched between the rest for the other medals. Posh descends over the Omnisport Apeldoorn. Well, the tactic seems to be put Klaver on the opening leg and let everybody chase the Netherlands. Klaver has come out very strongly indeed. She's closing down already on Lena Nielsen. It looks as though it's Klaver and Britain at the moment battling. Paula Sevilla doing very well indeed. 200 metres are coming up very quickly in 25:06 unofficially.
So Lieke is taking over. Lena Nielsen is actually pretty in the back, right next to her. To be honest, it doesn't go that fast the first 200, but let's see how the last meters are going to go, how the changeovers are going to go. Those are really important and an underestimated factor.
Okay, well, 51:05 at the changeover, and it goes from Klaver to Franke. And now the Dutch are starting to put daylight between themselves and the brilliant British. Spain still very much in it, but now rather those trio are pulling away from the rest. Franke doing a fantastic job. Franke wearing the gold bib of the European leaders.
She was actually debutante, so this is her first race in a Dutch kit, can you imagine? But Great Britain is right up there. The Spanish athlete is right up there.
Well, it's looking as though the Spaniards still very much in contention with Eva Santidrian. Kelly now, they've closed down on Franke. And as I say that, Franke down the short home straight, pulling away. So handing over to Peters, who had such a good run in the individual 400 metres. But this is going to be a real battle. And also France and the Czechs have closed up over the first part of this leg. You know Carolina Peters. Is this what you're expecting from her? Now she's actually having to battle head-to-head with Emily Newnham.
She doesn't let it go. She wants to stay in front. The British athlete is really coming, pushing her to the limits. But still, it looks like she's in front. Yes, she's still in front. But it's a really, really tough battle.
Well, Peters coming round the bend for the last time to finish her leg. Is being shadowed by Newnham and Fra of Spain and Great Britain, Northern Ireland. But Femke Bol just looks majestic. She's now starting to stride out. It's Hervas on the anchor leg for Spain. Amber Anning, who had such a disappointment being disqualified in the heats of the individual 400 metres. Amber Anning comes here with something to prove, but she's coming up against the world indoor record holder over 400 metres. 200 metres to go is Femke Bol tucked in on the inside. She's got Amber Anning on her shoulder. What's Anning got left? How determined is she? Can she do anything to hold this Dutch procession of gold medals? Femke now just goes gently through the gears. It's looking as though she's pulling away from Anning. The Czechs have come through so strongly for bronze, but gold, the very last gold of these championships, goes to the Netherlands. What a magnificent last leg by Femke Bol.
Wow, what a closing race of this championship for the team of Holland, but also an amazing run of Amber Anning. She definitely wanted to prove something. And even number 3, Czechia, with the new national record, they did amazing as well. It was a really good race, and it was good to see the challenge between the teams.
Well, just look at that, the official result. It's a championship record, a national record and a world lead for the Netherlands. National record for Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Czechia take bronze themselves with a national record, thanks to that absolutely fantastic last leg from Lourdes Garcia Manuel. Spain national record, France national record. The only one that misses out is Ireland in 6th place. That was a true indoor 4x400 metres for the ages. Well, what a way to bring these championships to a conclusion. The Dutch take 6 gold medals over the course of these 4 days. Let's have a look at that again. That's the last handover. Well, what was going through Femke Bol's mind at this moment?
I think she just really tried to stay as relaxed as possible. She knows she's fast. Obviously, it's only their 2nd race of the season, so it is a bit tight. Amber Anning is right up there, wanting to prove something after the disqualification at the individual 400. It was a really good battle between all of them.
Well, once again, Femke Bol, as we see the replay, with her just pulling away from Amber Anning, proving what a team player she is. What an icon of Dutch athletics. 2 gold medals, both delivered by fantastic anchor legs from Femke Bol. Amber Anning did her very best. She was the fastest woman in Europe over 400 metres, despite that disqualification that came in the heats. But she had nothing to answer when it came to Femke Bol going through the gears. What a wonderful race. And you can see there the Czechia quartet absolutely delighted with their bronze. Hey, Jessica Schilder getting into the action as well. Hugs between Schilder and members of the 4x400 metre relay team. What a fantastic way to end these championships for the Dutch.
Absolutely right, yes. It has been a quite magnificently organised championships. It's a super arena. When I first walked in here last week, well, I say last week, a few days ago, I just thought, what a super arena. There's something about it. It's big, but it feels intimate. The stands are very steep, which always helps. It creates this cauldron-like atmosphere with a massive crowd, very noisy crowd. The Dutch have had a 12th man throughout the last 4 days, and I think it's seriously unfair. No, the Dutch have been quite astonishing. And of course, Laura, this projects the Dutch team, the squad. It'll give them a real buzz, not only through to Nanjing in 2 weeks, but also towards the summer. It'll give everybody that fire in their bellies, you know, they'll feel great about it.
Definitely. They will motivate all of the athletes to really push through with training the upcoming months and prepare for the outdoor season. It's a long season, but this definitely helps with the preparation.
Well, just look at those scenes in the Omnisport Apeldoorn. Everyone on their feet, cheering the Dutch, but as I've said before, a wonderfully welcoming and supportive crowd. Every single one of the 600 competitors who've been in action over the past 4 days have been supported to the rafters wherever they've come from, whether it's Iceland, Azerbaijan, Spain or Sweden. There's the Czechia team. Well, they've also got medals in a few other events, like Thomas Stanek in the shot put this afternoon. The British decked out in the Union Jacks.
That's a great silver from the British squad. I think it would have been miraculous if they had been able to get ahead of the Dutch with Bol on that last leg. I think Bol was at a canter. So well done to the Brits for a silver there.
Hello, I'm Leonardo Fabri, and you must subscribe to the European Athletics channel, because otherwise I'm gonna fight you.